So if you remember a few videos back, we put out a deer feeder, and that deer feeder was completely dismantled and destroyed by a bear. The whole thing was torn down, and it was actually broken in two, or it wasn't broken in two, but it was severed at the connector piece that held it together. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll include a link up at the top where you can hover over this video and click that video and watch that video on how we assembled that deer feeder. Anyway, I came out here, it was completely destroyed, all torn down. And what I decided to do was go ahead and replace it, put it back together, put it back up, and this time I would wind the base of it and all the way up to the top in barbed wire to keep, or at least try to prevent the bear from destroying it a second time. So we went ahead and did that. Let's go ahead and check on it and see what we've got, and see if there's been any activity at the feeder. And then the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put up a cam, a picture cam, or a hunting cam, and see if we can get any pictures of the wildlife that have been coming to feed at that feeder. Okay, so it's down this path here. You can see the barbed wire, and there's the feeder. Let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, we're at the feeder now. I'm going to go ahead and go through the wire. If you remember in the other video, we put up this wire in order to keep my donkey out, because the donkey will come in here and she will eat the corn. She does patrols all around the homestead, and she will find this. She found it last year, so the wire will keep the donkey out, but the deer will have no problem going through this wire and getting to the feeder. And of course, bears will have no problem either. So it seems that, let me get through the wire here. There's the salt. We have a mineral block here and a salt lick, some salt that we put out, and it's definitely been used. The deer have been eating on this salt for sure. There are deer droppings in and around the area, and so they have been coming here and feeding on the salt. And there's the corn. The corn is in the feeder, and they have been eating on it. And you can see the barbed wire that I mentioned all the way from the base of the feeder all the way up the top, and hopefully that will keep bear from destroying this again. Now, if a bear really wanted to, a bear would come in through here, and if it was determined enough to get to that corn, it would take that out if it was really persistent. But hopefully I'm hoping it would deter any bear activity from destroying this again, because I really want the deer to get used to coming in here and eating out of it. So what I'm going to do now is, over on this tree right here, I'm going to put a deer cam, a game cam, up, and it allows it takes night vision cam, it takes night pictures, it'll take daytime pictures. It's an older model, but it will still work, and it'll still take night pictures, but it does have a flash. Doesn't have any of the fancy infrared things or like that, but it'll still work and provide some good photos. And a friend of mine let me borrow this, and so it was free, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up there, and we're going to see how it does. So here's the game cam that we have. It's, like I said, it's an older model. Nowadays they make ones that are really tiny and take infrared video and all kinds of stuff. They have all sorts of bells and whistles. This is an older model, doesn't have a lot of that, but it still takes night photos with a flash and daytime photos, of course. So you open it up and you can do your settings. We'll go ahead and turn this on and attach it to the tree and get it aimed properly, and we'll go ahead and see in a couple days what this provides, and it'll show us hopefully what kind of game is coming in and feeding at the feeder. Okay, so we've got our deer cam up. Our game cam is operational. It's turned on, and we'll see what photos we can get out of this, and report back to you guys later in another video and show you what we've got. Pretty cool. Looking forward to it. All right, hope you guys are getting ready for deer season. We're hoping for a good harvest this year. See you next time on the Homestead. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button below the video. It really makes creating these videos worthwhile. If you want to make sure to never miss a new video, be sure to click the subscribe button. Now you can get your homesteading questions answered. Visit us at our contact page on anamericanhomestead.com and send us your questions. Maybe we'll pick your question for a future video or article on our website.